Montreal Canadiens fans united once again in their hatred of Ridley Greig. Now, if you missed it, again, this is preseason. Ridley Greig cross-checked Kirby Dach in the face.
Are you allowed to do that?
You're not. And Kirby Dach had to leave the game, but he came back. So that's good. He came back.
When are they announcing Ridley Greig 5 games? You're not allowed to cross-check people in the face.
Right.
I don't know what barn you were raised in.
Yeah. No, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Now, then, because it's preseason and we need redemption now.
Well, he also laid the big hit.
What, Ridley Greig?
On Kirby Dach.
Yes. But let's, the hits, it's a good hit. It's a hit.
Oh, it's blindside. It's blindside. The puck's long gone. It's interference.
Okay. Yeah. I'll give you that.
Okay.
Now, that part of it, Ridley Greig's doing what Ridley Greig does. And I think people are awakening themselves. Oh, we have a new Marchand. Okay, I got it.
Who, Greg?
I think he's a shithead. I think he's a total
new
shithead.
Marchand. Marchand's still here.
I know, but he's next level. He's new Marchand. When Marchand broke into the league, there was the guy who was before him as top rat.
No, but like Marchand is also a star. Like maybe he's just the new Steve Ott.
Okay.
Yeah, Marchand is a very good player.
Right.
He was line mates with Bergeron and Crosby at the World Cup.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. Yeah. I'll give you that. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
All right.
I just meant in the Ratatouille area.
Yeah.
Get a load of this schmuck.
I know. Fuck it.
Yeah, I can't believe your comparison wasn't exactly what I thought it would be.
Now,
I hope.
Work on it.
Arber Xhekaj,
You don't want to know what I hope.
who, to quote our good friends Mike Stevens, just needs to relax, dude. Received a major and a game misconduct for this hit.
In a game that does not count or matter.
For this hit on Tim Stutzle. Now, this is very clearly
Boom.
That's a boom. He lowered the boom. Now, that is when you look at some of the replays, it looks as though it's Stutzle's stick that pops himself in the head.
It is.
It is.
And that's fine. I don't really care about the headshot element of this because clearly there wasn't one.
He does not connect.
Here's what gets me. If you rewind that tape enough, Arber Jackeye takes about 5 strides and is like, I'm going to kill you. It's not the headshot, it's the char.
He tries to kill this person.
Yes, and he knows that Tim Stutzle is smaller than him. Arber Jackeye's fucking huge. He's 240 pounds. And with Tim Stutzle, I'm just looking up his weight. I don't have that on hand right now.
Ain't 240.
It ain't.
He's at least 40 pounds lighter.
That's what I think too.
Not that that's Jackeye's problem.
So in this screenshot here, this is the puck that is gone. This is the puck. So everybody listening, it's about Stutzle's
nowhere close.
Near the center ice circle. He's like a little off to the right of it. And the puck's towards the blue line.
It's going towards the Remax sign.
It's like near the boards where the player's receiving the pass. And Jackeye's just coming.
Now,
he's not looking at anything besides the head.
You could see him looking at Stutzle, and Stutzle doesn't see him. And let me throw this out there too. I told you Arber Jackeye is 240 pounds, right?
Yeah.
Tim Stutzle is 43 pounds less. 43 pounds less. Now, they're on the same ice surface.
There you go.
This is the NHL.
He's allowed to be legally hit.
Yeah, absolutely. He's allowed to be legally hit.
Yeah, it's their fault.
Anybody that's saying this is not a headshot, yes, you're technically right, but let's talk about being disingenuous for a second. That's a target, and Tim Stutzle is the ultimate diver, and I will say it till I'm blue in the face, but that ain't a dive, man. He got killed, and that is the textbook definition of a charge. Now, it's come out this morning.
And he leaps into it like Superman.
It's 12:37 right now, as of this, right now as in this recording. We don't have official word from NHL player safety, but Sarah Volley this morning was reporting that it's likely nothing will happen.
Yeah.
I thought at best, I'm like, player safety is just going to hold him out for the rest of the preseason.
He's been kicked out of back-to-back games for retaliatory plays.
He might not even get fined for this.
It's psychotic. And the Department of Player Safety, I already did my big rant last show We should all be so shocked that the Department of Player Safety wasn't completely reformed when this past August they made a new hire who was George Peros' friend and former teammate, Ryan Getzlaff. Like, it just made the echo chamber stronger. It's like, you ever see those things, those videos where people walk into a room that's all styrofoam and it's the quietest room in the world and you can hear your own heartbeat and the blood pump through your veins, and if you spend 10 minutes in there, you'll lose your mind. Every day, George Peros walks into an office like that, except instead of hearing nothing, he hears, "You're right, George. You're right, George. Absolutely, George. You're absolutely right. And that's all we get is the George Peros echo chamber. And I talked about how, like, Jackeye going after Pare, glove on, beating the dog shit out of him, does not follow precedence at all. You can't do that. You've never been allowed to do that. That's never just been a fine. What the fuck are you talking about? But they are following a precedent here with Tim Stutzle. And this is why last year I advocated for this. I'm going to continue advocating for this going forward to save players' lives. Pretend you're dead. Lie on the ice, pretend you're dead, call for the stretcher, take acting classes, do whatever you got to do. Because the precedent is the Department of Player Safety are ambulance chasers. This is what they do. If you're hurt, if Tim Stutzle was hurt,
there would be something.
Jackeye wouldn't be starting the regular season. But he got up. His big mistake was getting up.
Now, Steve.
Yeah.
In the comment section, I can't wait for people to say how stupid you are. And what I want to remind you,
that's not like something new.
I know. It's a bit, guys. It's a bit. Go with me on this.
No,
okay?
I was also joking.
Yeah, okay,
the fact I didn't play hockey growing up never seems to come up when I make thousands and thousands of hours of content that everyone loves. It only comes up when they disagree with me on a bad hit.
So, Steve.
It's interesting.
Jesse, what's your degree in?
Radio and television arts with a minor in English.
My degree is in nothing because I didn't fucking finish. Steve, what's your degree in?
Radio and television arts with a minor in English.
Do you know what George Peros' degree is?
Toughness.
I don't give a fuck.
Economics at Princeton.
Damn.
Who the hell are you?
That's crazy. And also, he used to read on planes.
Damn. Did he?
When he was in the NHL, oh man, these college educated guys, like, hockey players got to really hear themselves sometimes, dude. Like, man, he used to read on the plane. What an egghead. Get other friends. Are you serious? Get friends who aren't hockey players. Holy fuck.
One of the things they used to tell us in radio was you'll spend a lot of time working. Try to have friends outside of radio because you'll forget what it's like for normal people. Like, because radio's not a normal job. It's not. You're yakking all day. Like, nobody does that. Try to have some friends outside. And I would encourage...
Get other friends.
I would encourage hockey people to do that. There are so many hockey people, like, my only friends are in the industry. I'm like, dude, you gotta... What... There are people out there living normal lives.
Yeah.
You gotta be friends with people that don't do this.
It also humbles you real quick.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You talk about your hard day at work and your buddy who's on the construction site. It's like, yeah, I fell into a ditch and busted my fucking chin open.
Yeah, people that are
broke my ankle
and police and all that.
With the Jackeye hit, not to get too far away from it.
Yeah, sorry.
The discussion around him not getting any kind of discipline, not a fine, not a suspension, a lot of it stemmed from Stutzle's own stick. It was the main point of contact with his own head.
And where did his stick come from? Did it fall out of the
fair,
sky?
but if you look at it on the screen right now, it's in the bottom right corner. It's Stutzle's stick that hits his head, but Jackeye is the one who hits him that hits the stick in his head, and it's
what propelled the stick?
It's Jackeye's shoulder squishing the stick to Stutzle's head.
Now you could just call that an accident.
But is it not an accident because of the evidence of the many seconds before that, as Adam pointed out, where this is clearly charging and him strolling into a hit that he leaps into?
This is I've been getting this
that argument
all morning, and it's completely bad faith nonsense, so I ignore it. Where's the head contact? You're allowed to be suspended for things that aren't head
charging.
Contact. It's charging and interference. It's both of those things objectively, and the refs felt that way, and they kicked him out of the game. Now, this is usually where a league would step in and be like, "Okay, let's turn the temperature down a little bit, because you tried to kill a guy last game and you tried to kill a guy this game. You got kicked out of 2 games that don't matter. And the NHL, we know this from the emails that we found in court documents from Colin Campbell, sells hate.
Yeah.
Sells violence.
Rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
And October 9th is going to be fireworks, because no one's going to do anything about this person, and someone's going to get fucking hurt. And it is what it is. They're ambulance.
Well, I mean, listen,
and then,
people did get hurt last night.
and then Peros and the Department of Player Safety and everyone get to, get out their fainting couch and go, my goodness, where did this come from? This brutish behavior.
Mm-hmm.
It came from you and your kangaroo court, to borrow a term from a dear friend,
Mm-hmm.
and your wheel of justice and your shitty friends that help you with your shitty decisions.
Two things on that. One, I picked up Jackeye in fantasy, because fantasy in my league is PIMs are a positive stat.
Oh, good Lord.
So you want to collect penalty minutes. So I assume on the first night of hockey, I'm going to get a whole bunch for that.
Yeah,
week.
you are.
Brady
It's gonna
Tkachuk
be awesome.
would be such a good pick in that league if he's not hurt.
In our auction league, he usually goes for like the 3rd most amount of money. It'll be like McDavid, Austin, and then Brady, because he collects all of the stats. It's awesome.
He is the most video game hockey player in the world.
Yeah. And then
Shots, hits, goals, fights, everything.
And then second thing is the NHL's, is there no responsibility to punish targeting? Because
No.
but they've consistently done this in the past where, hey, somebody's done something on the ice, and then the guy who, we talked about this last episode, where the guy who comes back and does the retribution thing goes too far and they suspend him. And in here, if the puck is along the boards when Jackeye lays the hit,
It's hilarious.
he's not making the hockey play. He's going after something outside of the game of hockey to punish somebody for something he was upset. Is that not punishable? Like, I don't understand their rules anymore about these things.
Last year during the playoffs, Jacob Trouba tried to put Marty Necas in a casket.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he tried to do. Did he succeed? No.
He dove headfirst into the boards like Superman.
No, he wrecked his shit so bad.
It was a great spill.
I forgot about that.
Great screen grab, yeah.
Dude.
It was like Bobby Orr, but the boards.
Yeah.
He's lucky he didn't end his own career.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
And the league looked at that and they went, he didn't hit him though. And we all moved on with our lives.
Attempted murder is a charge in real life.
Nah.
Now,
No. If I take a gun out right now and shoot at Jesse and it hits the wall instead and
punishment.
Jesse's fine, and we just keep recording the show, like that is the equivalent of the NHL. You go, Steve, what the fuck? I go, yeah, whatever. Anyway, so I don't know, where's Ridley Gregg's role of responsibility in all this?
So, Steve, you do that to me. You shoot me, you miss. You are George Peros.
Mm-hmm.
What does he say to that footage that you showed him of you missing me, trying to shoot me in the head? What was George Peros say?
For the record, this is drywall. It is easily replaceable. Jesse received no injury on the play. Steve Dangle's bullet made no contact. The Department of Player Safety has banned Steve Dangle for 0 games and gave him a pat on the back.
That's about their response.
I used to read books on planes. Like,
Because
it's
your
terrible.
attack failed, there's no punishment? That makes no sense.
It's really dumb and really shitty. And Jamie Benn won playoffs, got a fine. And the very next game, he came back and did something else and got a fine.
Yeah.
And Jackeye, glove on, beat the dog piss and shit out of someone and got a fine. And the next game, he tried to brain one of the league's premier young players and got less than that.
by the way, the amount of people that don't know that you can hit harder with a glove on versus glove off was shocking to me. Like
all of those people drive. All of those people vote.
that's crazy.
All of those
I couldn't
people,
believe
it's
it.
terrifying. It's
People were
fucking
like,
terrifying.
"What are you talking about? You could hit harder with a glove. Clearly, you can hit harder with just a bare fist." I'm like, "Well, you've clearly
You're
never
a
hit
psycho.
anyone.
You're a psycho.
You've never hit anyone.
You're a psycho. Ignorable.
Also, I
psychopath.
want to add too, and we missed this one, is that Ridley Gregg, Michael Pizzetta went right after him. And
Yeah, he
was
should
like-
have.
And Ridley Grigg was like, nah, I'm not going to fight you.
Which is chicken shit.
Which is what Ridley Grigg does.
And a good business decision.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like, what I did find funny about the Paré stuff is people were like, why didn't he fight Arber Xhekaj?
Why
Because he's
would
not a fucking idiot? Like, what are you talking about? There's like 5 guys in the league who should be fighting Arber Xhekaj. What
Yeah.
are you talking about? So I
a
don't.
weight class issue there?
So is it cowardly? Yes, but it's also good in the way
Pizzetta's
of
not that big.
self-preservation.
Pizzetta's not that big.
Yeah, but he's nuts. He's nuts, though.
Greg was going to get his
He
ass
fought
kicked.
Ryan Reeves twice last year.
Yeah,
he's nuts.
crazy. What's that, Jess?
No, he was going to get his ass kicked, and he
Yeah.
made the right decision.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Pizzetta would have beat the brakes off Ridley Grigg.
Yeah.
I saw Habs fans defending Morgan Riley last night. I'm not kidding. They're like, you know what? I actually saw a Habs account go, Morgan Riley did the right thing. Like,
Wow.
just nuts.